I think the bridge in this is really interesting because, you know, the song, the chords is like G, A, and D, like the 1, 4, 5. All of a sudden we hear this sound.
Right.
Going to this sound.
Right.
And then you do it one more time, and then you go to this sound. I want to go through this.
Right. A lot of chords in that bridge.
Yeah, that's kind of
a lot of chord progressions.
So what do we got going on here? How do you go from here to?
Well, the reason. Oh, by the way, just to clarify, anybody that's trying to play at home, we're tuned down a full step. So all these chords that we're saying to you, you're going to have to tune down.
Yeah, it looks
in order
like a
to
D,
hit them.
but it sounds like something else. Okay.
But the reason for changing that is, you know, you're trying. For me, when I'm writing the song, I'm trying to convey the simplicity of this person's desires. You know, all they want is fortune and fame, right? And that seems like a really simple thing. But when you get right down to it, what it takes to achieve that, and the trauma that you might go through trying to achieve that is very complicated. So, and that's the reason for the complicated chord progression in the bridge. You know,
I mean, what's hitting me is like, this is major. I mean, to make the most basic thing, major is happy and minor is sad.
Right.
This is major and is happy, and then you go this.
Right.
It's like
you're going to that minor.
You know?
Yeah. So that's that minor G, you know, that gives you that, you know, the tension that this guy is frustrated with this, you know, and what I'm saying is not what I mean, you know, he can't convey his point, you know, can't get the words to clear his throat, you know, and you know, that's what the whole idea is. It's that though he wants this fortune and fame, he doesn't know how to get there. So the chord progressions need to be complicated as well, you know. And then of course when it rounds back out back into the verse, you know, it gives that resolution that, okay, one day he's going to make it, you know, because even though it's complicated, one day he's going to make it.
You know, every time I hear that, that's in the key of D, like going to G minor, it's like, and I know you're more of a field player, but you know, I'm always analyzing this stuff. It's like the minor 4. It always reminds me of the Beatles, because whenever I think of like something that sounds like Beatles,
Right. Well, you know, it's kind of hard. It's kind of hard to listen to any song that doesn't have some Beatles in it somewhere. You know, they kind of formed the rock vibe.
Yeah, they sure did.
You know?
They sure did.
You know, it's really hard to play anything without having some kind of, you know, reference to. If you're a Beatles fan, you'll see it in anything. You know.
Even if you're not, I think it's pretty hard to ignore the.
It's true.
The contribution. So. So you go from here, I mean, because it's not just the G minor, you got to C, which seems like, okay, that's, but then you get to this E chord, I mean, you're just looking for to me that feels like a brighter sound, it's like a major, but
yeah, the optimism's starting to build.
What's the line there?
All my life, there's been this anticipation, you know, and then all my life, there's been this anticipation.
Now, do you write these lyrics on a piece of paper? Is this like you're writing and changing rhymes, or is it like all just like happening up here and jamming along?
You know, a lot of times I will just, you know, I'll just sing it and play it, and then, you know, I'll remember it as I'm playing it, and then I'll start to write it down. Like I'll get a verse at a time or something. You know, as I get a verse, I'll write it down and go back and play it again. You know, while you're writing the song, you're playing it, you know, for however long it takes you to write it. You know, sometimes 10 minutes, sometimes a full day, sometimes, you know, months down the road, you know. Sometimes it never gets finished, you know.
So you have some unfinished songs?
Yeah, I've definitely got unfinished songs. How about you? You got unfinished songs, Martin?
No, I finished everything I start. That's what I...
You're no musician if you finish everything you start.
So, is this an old song, new song? Or was this, you know, this is an easy song to write? Did it just pop out?
This was not an easy song to write, typically because of that bridge. You know, I fiddled around with that bridge for a long time.
It feels like a fiddle with it kind of, now it flows now.
Yeah, it flows now.
But I can see there's like some thought that went into like...
It took a while. And then, you know, whenever I'd play it, I couldn't remember what the hell I had written. You know, so it was kind of difficult to go back and play it again. You know, I'd have to take out my notes and look to see what the chord progression was, because I couldn't remember.
Let's play that hook one. I just want to hear that hook and hear that melody.
The hook?
Yeah, yeah. I'll
have my way. It's really simple.
Yeah.
It's just 2 chords. It's the D
Actually,
to
look
the
at the
G.
lyrics. Like,
I'll have my way, I'll have my say. I'll grab the next train to my fortune and fame. Hey.
it's
You're
just
back
boom,
into
straight
the,
to fortune
yeah.
and fame.
Yeah, fortune and fame. That's the first, that's the verse, and then it doubles up that chorus. I mean, on the after that, on the second chorus it doubles it up, and on the third chorus, the last chorus, it doubles it up too, and adds another lyric. I'll take a ride to the other side, to the sunshiny day of fortune and fame. But it still ends with fortune and fame because that's the target. It's the hook. That's what you're looking for.
Both these songs that we've been playing around with today, they seem like really fun to sing and perform.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, this one is just like
They are. I love playing this song.
Just gliding by. And Little Black Crow seems like a real singer song, a chance to really kind of let it out, instead of just like, oh, I have to hit this melody. It's like a chance to like not only express your songwriting, but express your vocalizing thing too.
Right. Which is where, since I'm more of a singer than I am a player, I really structure a song towards my voice, so I can have fun singing it, because, that's where I get most of my pleasure from, is from singing, from emoting, and I can do that easier vocally than I can, through guitar. I'm just not as dexterous as I would like to be, if that's a word. Something like that.
Well, we're here conversating.
Conversating, that's right, man.
There's a lot of new words out there, and I'm ready to embrace them all.
Dexterous.
So, are you going to you're playing some gigs around, I know, some coffee house stuff?
Yeah, I've got a show on the 26th.
And in what city and what club?
Is it? 26th? In San Pedro at, God, I can't remember the name of the place.
Is it Anarchy Lounge or something like that?
No. It's,
okay.
Sacred Grounds.
Sacred Grounds.
Sacred Grounds. It's a coffee house in San Pedro.
Well, for more information, you can just call, just email the show at plutone@earthlink.net. And you can send us email, and we'll be glad to hook you up with Mark's info, anything else about the show. If you're a songwriter, want to send me some stuff, maybe be on the show, love to have you. Every show needs to have a beautiful assistant, and we're lucky today because Mark's daughter Marley is here with us.
Hi, Marley.
She has a job to bring my puppy on stage for our clothes. Come on out here, Marley. Bring our puppy in. And look at these two beauties right here. And we're getting ready to say goodbye. Be sure and check us out on the next episode of The Hook. I'm Martin Blasick, and we will see you later.